Alright. It's key time.
Tim and Nathan do the games.
There's a big wide door, and there's a man standing in front of it.
It's like
I'll name him Guntiga Waganda.
It's Jesus' second coming, and he comes with guns.
Have you seen Jesus on Cross?
The Jesus.
The Jesus.
The H is silent. It's this SNL skit. Hello, everybody.
With Christoph Waltz.
Waltz.
Did you see Between Two Ferns with Christoph Waltz on it?
No, but fuck that. Between Two Ferns is so good. Some people know what the show's about, and they fuck with them, and some people just kind of go along with, like, being confused. It's weird.
It's scripted.
Is it all scripted?
Of course it fucking is.
I think, well, some of it's probably improvised.
But,
But,
a little bit to be improvised, but
Either way,
the tone of it.
The way they write it.
Like,
it's
Michael Cera being molested was not improvised.
No, but, like, some of it seems like they go along with it.
It's actually a finish line. Oh, wow. This is a video game right now.
Some, like, two hot babes, like an angel and devil babe with, like, the flags. Going like, ooh, Dante.
I wouldn't put past the scared to do that.
Ooh, you beat the race. And then, like, a fat guy going like, oh, damn it.
What did you get from that? You got a little thing.
I got a health thing. I think, yeah, that's the things that help you do the, the things.
Man,
Fly.
I don't know, this game's... At first,
It's a little bit-
at first I was like, this game fucking sucks, and I was like, this game's okay, and now I'm like, this game's boring.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a little bit formulaic at times, just because it's like, hey, jump, hit.
Anyway,
But
Dead Space 3, I played
feel
Dead Space 3 all the way through. The first hour was like, wow, this game is so varying and awesome. The second hour was like, yeah, this is awesome.
It's varying in the exact same ways, so it's not varying at all.
Then you get to like the fifth hour, and then you start to see the patterns. And then, like, it starts out and there's patterns if you notice them, but then the patterns just get more and more obvious. And it gets to a point where every single room you walk into, the door breaks, and aliens come in. You kill the aliens, and then the door opens. And that's it. And you go from A to B, A to B, A to B.
I could have probably told you that it would have been like that, honestly.
It was still good, because I really liked how the combat worked, and it was quite difficult. And it was
Yeah.
engaging, and I was involved in the plot.
I've never had much faith in Dead Space. Like, I like it. I like the games.
Well, the second was one of the best, like, action, survival, horror-y games I've played in a long time.
I guess so. People would call that Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4 is shit.
Hey, come on now. They also explained why
Oh,
she
cool.
uses the thing in the bottle.
It's an antechamber.
That looked like antechamber. What are you talking about?
All the stairs coming out.
Like
You're gonna block you and shit.
the stairs coming out.
Yeah.
It's got antechamber written all over it, man.
That game is really good.
No, what is this?
Yeah, Dead Space 3. There was jump scares, but they were so predictable that I'd literally be like, oh, there's gonna be a jump scare here. You go off, like...
Well, that's
on the
exactly
dot.
the point of Dead. That's what Dead Space has always been like.
And the last 3 hours of the game is one big action sequence where you just shoot dudes. And the gunplay in that game when you're fighting other humans is shit. Like, it's not fun. It's really generic and boring and dumb.
Yeah, I don't know why they added human enemies in. That was probably just kind of a bad move.
Well,
For the story, I guess.
and
They
every
did it
time
for the story.
Every time you fight humans, necromorphs show up and then fight the humans as well as you, and it's like, oh...
Let's have this game where we make really interesting enemies that, like, they're like, human beings with claws. And then, let's make human enemies. And they shoot you.
Yeah,
And you can just chop their limbs off. Like, a human with no limbs, he ain't gonna do shit, man. A human with no limbs is not really a threat.
I don't know, the bad guys... They were bad guys, but... They were the kind of bad guys that they capture you and then tell you all about their beliefs. And they just kept fucking driving it home, but it never made more sense.
Did they tell you while you're fighting them, like, we love God?
No, the bad guys want the marker to take over because they believe it'll kill everyone and then good things will happen. They don't know what the good things are, they just think that it should happen.
Well,
That's it. But he explains it to you every time you meet the big bad guy who's got like dreadlocks. He looks like fucking some dumb white guy. Every time the big bad guy meets you, he's like, Isaac, come to my side and you'll be like reborn. And Isaac's like, you don't know that. And he's like, yeah, well, you don't know that either. And that's it. And he like.
in other words, atheists versus Christianity.
No, it's not even. It's nothing. Oh god, I'm not even doing that bullshit.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
I'm gonna talk about that shit. Anyway, like, I guess I've been spoiled by like the Dark Knight, where the Joker's like, yeah, the things I'm saying are valid. And
Well,
it's,
the Dark Knight's just like...
and it's sort of understandable that I'd be so
He
crazy.
explains his shit by saying, like, I don't give a fuck. And people are like, yeah, I believe that. Look at him.
And we're good to go.
Huh?
The Joker
Yeah.
in The Dark Knight.
Well, the joke is all about breaking down society because he doesn't think it's like...
But at the same time,
Yeah.
he's kind of just like, I do it because I want to. Like, he gives some reasons, but you believe him because he's the Joker, and you think you
No,
know.
he justifies everything he does in The Dark Knight. And it's really good, and I was involved in it.
What was it? What? Because
Whereas Dead Space 3 does the same thing, but their reasons for being bad dudes are really, like, really shaky.
By the way-
The whole premise is really shaky.
This is the bit I was talking about now. Is like, this is the bit.
It's like Sonic.
Like, I guess it's like Sonic. If you really, oh, there's a spin wheel.
Good on the card, bro.
I will. Dante, yes, hello. Call for Dante. We're with walls.
Dante, look at the wall.
Yes, hello.
This is Dante. What do you want to say to me?
No, Dante says,
Great.
yeah? Whatever.
He gets the call. It's like, yeah, sure.
So he answers the phone.
And
Yeah,
then
shut up, hangs up immediately.
Demon's like,
Oh, yeah, whatever, bye. Dante, no, I actually need to tell you something. Yeah, whatever.
I didn't care anyway. And then it's like, watch out, there's a giant boulder. And he's like, he yells at the boulder.
He's got a service that calls him every hour. He says, is that Dante? He's like, yeah. And they're like, super cool. He's like, cheers, bro.
He hangs up.
And he hangs up, yeah.
He also does it in the
And then he
middle
says
of
to
the
the
fight.
people he's hanging out with, they say, who was that? And he's like, oh, friend of mine. Why'd you put it on speaker, Dante?
It was the network.
Whatever.
It was the network. They wanted to tell me whether I wanted a gig, and I said no, because I'm not cool.
That was Capcom. They said, hey, want us to release some more Superfluous DLC?
I said
I said,
sure.
yeah.
Hey, come on, man. Bloody Palace.
Every time Nathan... Alright, because this is Nathan's copy of the game, because I don't want to buy it. So he comes here, signs up to Steam. Every time there's a patch, it's some ridiculous, like, 400 meg patch, because they've implemented some more DLC that costs another $5.
It's never been DLC. It's just been patches.
Patches, whatever. The patches for this game are huge, and they come around, like, every week.
Yeah, well, you know, they have to like. What's going on? Okay, he's frozen.
This game's really difficult.
What do you mean? Difficult to watch? Difficult to.
Difficult to do for the
Swallow.
show.
I guess so. I don't know. It's straightforward. That's one good thing.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Shit, fuck that.
Just like fucking pause the game and not die.
Hey,
Can you do that while like you're stun locked or whatever?
I have no idea. I haven't tried it. I've never used health stars really, besides like the 2 times that I've done it on the show. It's kind of cool because right now.
There's
I'm not
something
really-
about recording that makes you shit at games. Like not you, but like you know, the
In general.
royal you. Yeah, in general.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's because I have to. It's fucking hard, man. It's a job. It's a chore. It's my life.
Yeah, it's just a joke.
I guess it is a job now. Getting paid $5 fucking every month.
Nathan, we can't talk about their income.
We actually haven't. No, we don't.
Yeah, that's a long way off.
It's not. Wait. No. Stop. Let's stop. Stop. Jim, stop. Let's talk about
Oh,
that
check it out.
that
It's
guy.
Tiny.
Tiny.
Yeah, crossed with Pinhead.
Who's Pinhead?
It's the guy from Fred. No. Oh, what's he from? Oh, the guy with pins in his head.
What? Oh, from Hellraiser.
Hellraiser. Yeah, him.
I know that. I haven't seen the movies, but I can tell.
His head looks like.
No, his head has tentacles coming out of it.
Should have watched Nightmare on Elm Street.
I think I've watched the 3rd one, like one of the bad ones where they started realizing it was Hammy. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah. Well, there was tons of them, and the only good ones were like the first one, maybe the second one.
There's like 8 now, isn't there?
No, I think there's at least 12.
What? No. In terms of main series ones, no.
Yeah. There's a lot, but not all of them were by what's his name? Wes Craven, is it?
Who?
I think it's Wes Craven. I'm gonna look that up.
The
make sure I
fatter
get it
they
right.
are, the harder they fall.
That's
Smooth
one of my
Dante.
favorite horror movies because it's like a dark comedy kind of.
Yeah, I remember the 3rd one was just like really ridiculous. Like he turns one of the chicks into a cockroach at one point, just like squashes her.
Well, because one of the really bad ones is where they try to fight him by using their dream superpowers.
Yeah, they try and fight him in the dream by like
And there's
dreaming.
a guy in a wheelchair that's like,
I'm not in a wheelchair anymore. I can beat you, and then they don't. They die, don't
I
they?
think it's Wes Craven.
I'm pretty sure they die.
He's on Wikipedia, so I think it is. Yeah. He wrote Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Dream Warriors. Yeah, number 3 was Dream
Wait, it
Warriors.
was called Dream
It's
Warriors.
called Dream Warriors.
Are you fucking serious?
One of them becomes a wizard because he's like a nerd, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna zap him. And they all just get fucking killed. It's great.
That's really depressing. It's like
Yeah,
in
he
your
wrote-
dreams, you can be anything.
Number 1 and number 3 are the good, like Dream Warriors was actually good because Wes Craven wrote it.
Jim, in your dreams you can do anything except survive.
Except survive Freddy Krueger trying to kill you.
Oh, did you just fucking see that look that Dante just gave her?
I missed it.
He flew out of the window, lands the ground, starts walking. He's like, just gives us like.
Yeah, whatever.
Because I think she put the symbol on the church window, so like smashed through it.
Oh, and the dude from The Fifth Element, the bad guy, totally looked like Hitler.
Woman and children brutally murdered by the terrorist named Dante.
Jeez. Yeah, games like this never do propaganda, right?
What do you mean?
Well, because if you want to make propaganda for the Western world, it works differently.
He's a sexual deviant.
Like, propaganda is all about being culturally relevant and knowing, like, what people want to hear.
Baby, I'll deviate your sex.
So you can't say, you're a terrorist, bruh. Actually, no, that...
You can actually.
Yeah, it's what the news...
Quick, this guy's a terrorist. People are like, oh shit, get your guns.
Oh, I think we're... Are we done?
We're done for this level.
We're done for this episode.
Yes we are. We're like 4 minutes done for this episode. 4 minutes done.
Oh, take me out, I'm cooked.
Look, S. I got so good.
So good.
Oh, I agreed
No,
to
you got
use
SARS,
2
good.
items. Sass. I got some sass. Alright, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, catch you guys. Watch this bullshit again.
Hey, it's Jim from DoTheGames. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. If you liked today's episode, you know what to do. And if you haven't already, you should subscribe, because we release DoTheGames episodes daily, and we do specials every week. And if you haven't already, tell your friends, tell your parents, tell everyone. Anyway, thank you very much.